Oh, thank you again, and PK, thanks again for this very kind invitation. This is a French battle anyway. I've got no interest for that talks. This is a debate. Jan Guisvik is or is supposed to be a good friend, or was a good friend. And what is amazing, you see, that's why one guy still in white, like honesty and sincerity, and the other always in dark, like the dark side of the vascular surgery. Anyway, but he is still a good friend in all conditions also. Anyway. Okay, we are scientists. We need to follow the recommendation and the rules. And that's, again, last year, edition of the last recommendation regarding the PAD, and there is open surgery that is recommended. But of course, there is the place for the endo treatments for not extended lesion, in non-complex CFA lesion, and with an hostile groin. Okay, there is a pure limitation for the endo place. Open surgery is recommended versus endo may be considered. There is a huge difference. Open surgery is recommended due to the long-term patency, and endo may be considered regarding similar short and mid-term patency, and not long-term patency. Open surgery, this is a class 1C recommendation, and endo, this is only 2B. Anyway, recommendation, open surgery is recommended for most of the lesion, is recommended and not under consideration, with a long-term efficacy that is proven and proven again, and this is a strong recommendation. I may stop here. Open is the first option for the CFA lesion. Anyway, Jan, you mentioned that the CFA, this is a fixed segment, and you published on that. I agree. The main problem, this is not the CFA segment. This is at the end. This is the bifurcation of the CFA. I mean, this is the two ostia that we need to preserve, and it's not at that point a fixed segment. You published that beautiful study, and we participated. This is TECO, this is the flow chart, and there is no difference between the two groups. But this study has been designed not for the primary and secondary patency, but for the morbidity and mortality rate. And if we consider the morbidity in the endo, 1 stroke. Regarding the thrombosis, 1 thrombosis in the endo group, any in the open group. Regarding the vascular perforation, 1 in the endo group, any in the open group. Of course, there are more delayed wound healing into the open surgical group, but anyway, and again, it's not designed for, but equivalent in terms at 1 year, in terms of patency, and free from TLR between endo and open. Thus, that study has been designed for pre- and perioperative complications. It's not blinded, and in 2025 recommendations are still for the open surgery. That's 2025. Open still the first option. This is a very recent publication, and Jan, you participate in. This is a meta-analysis, and this is the conclusion. In light of an higher primary patency, open can still be considered as the standard of treatments. Anyway, in summary, open is more effective procedures compared to endo in terms of patency, in terms of reintervention, and limb preservation. Thus, in 2025, opens again remains the first options. And in France, we have to teach the youngest surgeon what is so-called encyclopédie médico-surgical. And the chapter of the femoral bifurcation have been written by my dear colleagues Jan Guisvik. And I want to translate. Results. Open with page remains the technique for reference. In conclusion and perspective, open surgery remains the gold standard. Okay. Written by Jan Guisvik, the last edition. Thus, open still first option and by Jan Goefik. Anyway, this is a case I've made last Friday, okay? That have been started by my fellow. This is a reopening of this, you see here the profunda. This is a case that's a reopening of the previously stented SFA. That was quite tough. I was working in another room just after he called me. And this is the initial results after the CFA reopening, very bad. And after angioplasty at the ostium of the SFA, there's a full occlusion of the SFA. After 1 or 1.5 hours, we decided to implant a stent here. Thus, we stented the SFA, and this is the final results that was, and especially because that was on Friday late in the afternoon, we decided to open and to retrieve the stents that have been placed in front of the ostium of the profunda. Okay, anyway. Thus, in 2025, opens and is still the first option. This is the endo that is presented by Jan Goefik, but this is what we see in our current practice. Okay? Thus, he mentioned you do not have to trust me, but moreover, don't trust that guy. But you know that as a surgeon, I'm an endo fan and promoters. I think that's the future will be still the surgery, but maybe that will be the endosurgery and what is so-called right now the debulking. And this is a pure case, again, made very recently. This is a tough calcified lesion just below fen bypass at the end of the CFA. This is what we usually do using the jet stream. This is mechanical retrieval of the stenotic lesion, and this is the final result. Thus, and maybe we will have, this is just starting, this is a German study comparing with the, using the debulking plus DEB for the CFA, but I'm quite scared because if you consider the criteria for the exclusion, CFA lesion extend more than 1 centimeter are excluded, but also thrombotic stenosis or occlusion of the CFA. Maybe doesn't represent the true life. Thus, in conclusion, 2025 surgical or open CFA treatment is and remains the gold standards. Moreover, and especially for the lesions, including the bifurcation and 1 or the 2 ostia, and especially for the profunda. Endo CFA may be considered for short lesion, isolated to only the CFA, and moreover, and especially for the ostral groin. And keep in mind that gold standard remains gold standard. Thank you so much.